It's the Y2K Collector. It is bright and early this morning, going live earlier than normal because I'm doing something a little bit different on this live. It's really early in the morning, so I don't anticipate a lot of people, if anyone, joining this live. Well, I guess that depends on where you're at. But if you're on the West Coast, it's like the middle of the night for you. It's like 3:30 in the morning. If you're on the East Coast, it's 6:30 in the morning on a Sunday. So I doubt anyone's up at this time unless you have to be up at this time. But the reason why I'm up at this time is because this is the morning that I'm going to be going out to test pilot the Mavic or the DJI Mini 4 Pro. This is the drone that I picked up that I'm going to be taking with me on vacation. And sometimes some of the best times to obviously, if you're wanting to get the best shots, some of the best times to go flying is either early in the morning or like in the evening, right when the sun is setting. And so I decided to take advantage of the Sunday morning that I have and take to the skies. So I figured I'd take this live and use this live to do an unboxing here, which is exactly what we're going to do now. I went ahead and just kind of, this is like brand new. I just went ahead and cut the plastic seal so that it would just be easier for me to open. I'm holding the phone, so I'm holding the camera in one hand. So I'm really going to do this unboxing with one hand. But this is the DJI Mini 4 Pro. The reason why this isn't significant is because one, there is currently like a ban in effect on drones in the US. So it's very hard to get these drones right now in the US. It's just really hard. And DJI, the company that makes this drone in particular, they're not even selling to US customers right now. And the ability to get drones is just going to get harder and harder from what I understand. So I really had to take advantage and get this now. So without any more jabbering or blabbering, gonna go ahead and just dive into this. So this is my first time seeing this drone. I see there's some QR code information there. That's probably what I'm gonna need to register the drone. Now, one of the things that I will say is that they've actually made some changes because of all of the international restrictions with these drones. There used to be like a geofencing that I think DJI used to implement to prevent um drone users from flying their drones in areas that they're not supposed to. But because of this ban, I believe that they've actually removed some of that geofencing now, and so you're pretty much able to just kind of fly wherever you want to fly. So we're gonna test that out. Where I'm at, there were some areas where you couldn't fly, and like if you try to fly into those areas, and I only know this from when I used to fly my Mavic, the camera would start to shake. It would do some really wonky stuff. So we're gonna see today. What's going on, Rise? Can you fish with this drone? I don't know if you can fish with a drone. I've never tried to do that, but we'll see. So here goes it's open here. I actually had this one imported. I've had it flown in here. So right off the bat, one of the things that I'm really glad to see is that this does come with a carrying case. This was a concern of mine because I was like, man, I hope I don't have to go out and buy a carrying case because I had to go and buy a carrying case when I had my Mavic. And I have the first Mavic, so I don't have like the newest Mavic. I'll show you guys. Can I reach it? Yeah, I think I can. So this is my Mavic. I've been flying drones for a long time. So this is like my first drone, not my first drone. This is actually like an older drone that I had. And for those of you who don't know about the first Mavic was revolutionary. But essentially what they did with this DJI Mini, in my opinion, is they took all of like the cool features from basically the first Mavic and put it in a Mini, because I know the Mavic 4 has some crazy specs. So this was one of my first drones. This is actually the Mavic Pro Platinum. So this was like the top dog. way back in like 2017-ish maybe. I think 2017 around there. So this was the drone I used to fly. I got a lot of video on this one. And I don't even know if this like I'm sure this flies because I've flown it recently, but the reason why I don't fly this one as much is because yeah, sent my own way. Yeah, I'm getting an early start today. I have to because I'm going drone flying today. Hey, what's going on, CBH4 God? Yeah, early morning for me. So the reason why I stopped using this drone is because I used to have to pair it with this remote, and this remote doesn't have a built-in screen. So I have to use a cable and connect the cable to my phone. And that just became a real pain because when you fly the Mavic, there's two modes that you have that you can set. Where's it at? So there's two modes, and I'll show you guys real quick, and then we'll get into the Mini. But there's two modes on this thing. When you pop it open, you can either do RC mode or like a different or Wi-Fi mode, and you can only really connect the phone and the remote when you're like in Wi-Fi mode. RC mode, it gets a little bit difficult, so it was just a real pain flying this. So that's one of the first reasons why I stopped flying this drone. Hey Rebecca, yeah. If you have a drone that costs 3,000, you must have one of the more recent ones. I am not trying to spend 3,000 on a drone right now. But yeah, so like with this drone, the biggest part of the reason why I don't fly this drone anymore is because two reasons. One, like the Mavic Pro and the Mavic Pro Platinum, these are really outdated drones at this point. These are like, 8 years, 7 to 8 years old at this point, and just the technology has gotten a lot better. And two, this is over the threshold. Because of the weight of this drone, if you have a drone that's over 250 kilograms, I think it is, then you have to register it with the FAA. I don't feel like doing that. So it's been a while since I've actually flown this anywhere in public other than like on my property. So I don't really fly this much. So this is where the new DJI Mini 4 Pro comes in. And this is my first time ever looking at this mini drone, so I'm pretty excited. But basically, yeah, this drone basically packs all of the punch of pretty much the first Mavic Pro. All that technology for the most part is packed in this much smaller um, version here. And the best part is that this is 100% FAA approved. I don't need to register this with anyone. I can just take this out and fly it. So I'm gonna go ahead and unzip it, and we're gonna take a look at it for the first time together. This is pretty cool, man. It's been a long time since I've gotten a new drone, so I'm pretty stoked to see how this one pans out. All right, so again, one of the things I'm really happy about is that I do have this pretty cool carrying case. This carrying case is key. I was worried that I would have to go out and buy one, but I do not. So this is like a Fly More combo, but it's not like the super combo that has like all the extras. I think this one just comes with the drone. It comes with the drone. It comes with a couple extra batteries, and it comes with the remote. So we'll first start off with the remote. This is the part that I'm kind of really excited about. Not the most excited about, but I am really excited because I no longer have to connect this to my phone. So really stoked about that. So we're gonna go ahead and just undo this little plastic seal. And I'm sure I'm gonna keep the box for this. I always try to keep the boxes for all of my electronics, especially like the higher end electronics. I try to keep the plastic for them, just in case I'm gonna sell them again in the aftermarket. I know a lot of times buyers, they appreciate that. All right, so here we go. So we have the remote. So this remote looks pretty cool. The I guess the joysticks, for lack of better terms, are not screwed in. You have to screw those in, which I actually think that's a pretty cool feature, that you can remove them. But this is the remote. I really love this remote because it has a screen built in, which means I should be able to seamlessly connect this to the drone. Very, very excited about that. So I'm so glad I don't have to connect my phone anymore, drain phone battery. This just is its own remote. So that is pretty cool. So we'll set this off to the side here. And then we do have, I think what this is a charging port. So this is the additional batteries that come with the drone. So we've got some additional batteries here. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have done this last night so I could charge up these batteries here. Let me just undo this. So we have the intelligent batteries right here. I don't know if they're charged. Let me see. Am I able to tell? So that's the only whack part with these batteries. Unless I got to read the instructions, these batteries, there's no way to really tell how charged they are, or maybe there is, and I just got to look it up. But I know with the Mavic batteries, like with the Mavic Pro, with these intelligent batteries, all you got to do is like tap it, and it'll tell you how much charge they have. So unfortunately, you can't do that with these batteries, it seems like. So we'll have to see if there's any charge on these batteries. So we'll circle back on that. So yeah, so we've got the remote, we've got the intelligent batteries, or we've got the batteries there. And then for the main event, for the main attraction, we have, wow, this thing really is light. We have the drone. So let's go ahead and open this up, take this out. We'll all take a look at this together. And again, I know this isn't probably the content that a lot of people come to my channel for. You guys usually come for the gaming info. But we're into drones. We're into camera. We're into video here. So I figured I'd take a look at this with y'all. And here it is. Wow. So we've got the DJI Mini 4 Pro. So this thing is like tiny, tiny. It's really tiny. And it's really light too. Like it's a cool part. I like this strap. This little strap here looks like it keeps the wings in place. DJI, like they are the market leaders for a reason, man. It's just really good quality stuff. Like everything that they make just feels like premium quality. But here is the drone. Andy, what's going on? Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So here it is. Wow. So this is the DJI Mini 4 Pro. Pretty sick. It's really light. It's really, really light. Now, I had the Mini 3 and I showed the Mini 3 on the channel. But I went ahead and returned the Mini 3 and opted for the Mini 4 Pro. I'm pretty sure I have it upside down right now. Yeah, I do. All right, so let me see. I'm gonna try to open this up with one hand. So I need you guys to bear with me. Thank you, man. Thank you. So the Mini 4 Pro right now. When you get it with the remote on DJI's website, they have it for I think $1,150 or $1,100. But you can't buy these on DJI's website anymore. So I had to buy mine from overseas, and it pretty much cost me $1,100 for this drone. Now I could have gotten the Mini 3 Pro, but the reason why I didn't is because there's certain features with the Mini 4 Pro that are going to be very useful to me when I'm using this drone. The biggest reasons why I got this one instead is because this one has sensors on the top, the bottom, the front, and the back. So there's sensors all around this drone that help you from crashing into things. And I've had multiple drones in the past. As a matter of fact, my my first drone wasn't much bigger than this. Actually, it wasn't much smaller than this. For you guys who are into drones, I actually had a DJI Spark. And the DJI Spark was like it's a really cool drone. It was a heavy drone for being so small. And I want to say the Spark was even heavier than this, as a matter of fact. And the Spark didn't have any sensors. So if I was flying the Spark, I really had to pay attention to where the drone was going, because if I didn't, and it would just go right into a tree. And where I used to fly, there are a lot of trees around there. So because I would take it to like a park. So here with this drone, the main three reasons why I got this drone over the Mini 3 Pro is because of the extra sensors, the ability to, you know, just have extra eyes, right? Because while I'm flying and I'm looking at the screen, I'm going to want to make sure that I'm getting a good shot, that I'm getting a good image, that I'm properly exposed, and I don't want to have to necessarily watch the drone 100%. So the extra sensors is the reason why I got this one. The other reason why I got this one is because this one has active track features that the Mini 3 Pro does not have. So you can actually set this to track you while you're moving, and it can actually do like 360 views of you while zooming in and out, while getting close to you and backing away from you. So I think that that was another really key feature for me. Um, just those extra flight features were huge for me. The other reason why I got this drone is because there is a recording format that you get with this that you don't get with the Mini 3, and that is the ability to record in D-Log. In with the Mavic 3, you're only able to do D-Cinelike, which D-Cinelike is cool. Like, I'm not mad at D-Cinelike, because when I film on like my GH5, for instance, that's the camera that I do a lot of recording on. With the GH5, I'm typically filming in Cinelike D. So I guess the codecs would kind of match up, but I don't just film on the GH5. I also film on an original Sony A7S, which is still the low light king. I know they've come out with the A7S II and the A7S III, but the A7S will always be the best camera to me, just because it's the camera that I really learned how to properly expose on, and I know that camera very well. I think the best camera is the one that you know how to use the best. Honestly, I think no matter how much technology advances, the best camera is the camera you know how to use well. Um, and again, I would have stuck with my Mavic had it not been for laws. Like, it's the laws that really forced me to get this drone. Otherwise, I'd have been perfectly okay filming with my Mavic Pro. I didn't, from a film perspective, I didn't need this drone, but from a compliance and legal perspective, I had to have this drone just to not have to deal with, any issues if I'm caught flying in public. So those are the three reasons: the extra sensors, the extra flight modes, and then the extra codec being able to film in D-Log, which, for those of you who aren't really familiar with film and like picture profiles, when you record something in D-Log or in any kind of log setting on any camera, basically what that setting is it's a very flat setting that allows you to go in and color the image according to how you want it to look. So like, if you're looking at this live video right now, like, all of these colors are kind of pre-rendered by the camera on my phone. I can't really change or manipulate them. But if I was filming this like in D-Log, this whole image would look very flat. The colors would look very unsaturated, just very bland, which initially you might be like, well, Y2K, why would you want to film in that codec? Or why would you want to film with those settings? For the same reason I just said, it gives you more control when you're editing the video to determine how red you want things to be, how blue, how bright, how dark, how saturated, how much contrast, how much highlights and the lowlights, the shadows. It allows you to basically edit the image to look exactly how you want it to look. And that was really important for me with the types of things that I film. So yeah, this is the unboxing of the DJI Mini 4 Pro. I am pretty stoked. I'm gonna double check these batteries, make sure that they have some charge to them, and then I am gonna take this sucker straight into the sky. From what I've researched, this has some pretty good wind resistance. It actually has pretty good wind resistance, so pretty stoked about that. This summer has been blazing hot. Like, I seriously feel like I have been getting slow roasted like a slab of baby back ribs. But these past couple of days, we actually got like a reprieve from the heat. So this weather is actually perfect for droning. It's like mid 70s, like low 80s, barely touching 80. That is perfect weather to get out, throw a quick hoodie on in the morning, get out and get some droning going. So I'm gonna get out, get some shots. Hopefully, if I can get some shots fast enough, I'll come back and I'll have some video. I've been talking so much about droning and film, and I feel like I haven't shown the channel enough of my work. You guys are probably like, man, this guy's all talk. He doesn't know what he's doing. but I am gonna put together some footage and show you guys what it looks like. But yeah, this is the DJI Mini 4 Pro. This will be coming, this bad boy will be coming with me to Hawaii. It is a part of my film kit that I'm going to be bringing to capture some amazing family video. Honestly, all this stuff is, all the cameras and stuff are really just to capture family video. You know, as a kid growing up, I felt like, you know, even though my parents never stayed together, my father was very much a camera guy, and he took a lot of photos. He wasn't as much of a video guy as he was a photo guy, but he took a lot of photos. And you know, now that I'm at this stage in my life, it's crazy for me to go back and look at all those photos from when I was a kid, you know, and you know, just remember, especially the photos that I see of like different parts of my neighborhood, because it's crazy to see how much the neighborhood has changed over the years. You know, you forget stores, you forget some of the stores that you went to as a kid, you know, and you grow up and you're like, man, I totally forgot that this wasn't a Target. This actually used to be like a Caldor, or this used to be a Woolworth, or this used to be a meat market, or this used to be a swap meet, right? So like things change, and I think that's the beautiful part about video. So capturing these moments with my family and just, you know, having them for my kids, I think it'll be great for them to look back, you know, and see. You know, my mom always used to tell me about how when I was a baby, um, she took me to Jamaica. I have no recollection of that, and there's really, I think there's maybe one photo of me as a kid in Jamaica. So, um, you know, when I, with me taking my kids now, especially my youngest, to Hawaii, she's not gonna remember this trip, you know, but having the video to show her, you know, capturing the landscapes, her seeing me, her mom, her sister, us all there, is going to be great for her, because then, you know, when we tell her the stories about the things she did as a kid, we'll have the video proof to back it up and show her how much she you know, she crawled around and played in the sand and stuff like that. So that's a big part of the reason why video and photography is my, like my, you know, I don't want to say it's my second favorite hobby, behind video games. I would say at this point they're probably neck and neck. Um, but because of the pandemic, I couldn't really, you know, I couldn't indulge in going out as much, and you know, getting involved with it. So this is actually a really fun time for me to be able to get back into that. And it's just crazy how over the years, you know, I've gone from, you know, the mini, the Mavic Pro, to now the DJI Mini. And it just goes to show how much technology, the jump in technology, right? Like all of this technology that we had in here is now in this much more smaller compact form factor, which is legal and is just super intelligent and super intuitive. So let's see, I think I'm missing some stuff. I think the only thing that I'm missing, there was, it felt like there was one more little pouch in here, and I'm assuming this pouch is some cables and some instructions. Yep, and that's pretty much what it is. So here goes the instructions. Oh, cool little DJI sticker. That'll probably go on like a binder or something. Do people still use binders? Do I sound old when I say binder? Probably, right? So probably put that on a binder. No one uses anything physical anymore, so probably no one has a binder. Trapper Keeper? Who remembers Trapper Keepers? Um, yeah, so it looks like these are just some charging cables. I think yep, those are the pins to the to put into the remote there for the drone remote. Yeah, this is pretty much what we got here, right? So all of this stuff we need. It looks like we've got some extra propellers here, which is perfect. I don't anticipate breaking any of these. I mean, if you take care of your drone and you're just mindful of where you're flying and what you're doing, these things will last a really long time. I've had some monumental crashes with drones. I mean, some bad ones. And I've had some real scares in some with some drones. I remember one time I was flying a drone in New Rochelle, I think, and I was like by the Long Island Sound, if I'm not mistaken, and my drone was like, I flew it like across the sound almost to like Queens, and I got scared because I was like, I gotta bring it back. For those of you who are familiar with the New York City area, Queens is a part of the New York City five boroughs. New Rochelle is in like Westchester County. It's and the Long Island Sound kind of runs up like in between there somewhere. Like if you look at it on a map, flew that thing, man, and that I almost got scared because I almost lost a drone that way once. It came back to me because I had returned to home set. Another time I almost lost a drone was when I was in Maui the first time, and I was flying a drone. I was by the Olivine pools. So if you don't know what that is, just look it up. The Olivine pools. It's a bunch of smaller pools that were created from like old molten lava that turned into rock, and depending on the tide, it'll create these little pools that you can swim in. And I was over there, and I was trying to get like a, like that clean Jurassic Park looking shot. I was trying to fly the drone into the Olivine pools, and I sent it a little bit too far out, and I almost lost it that time. One time I was in New York City. Don't do this. I'm sure I'd get in a lot of trouble if I tried to do this now, but I was in New York City, and I was trying to get a shot of. I was trying to get a drone shot between two buildings, and at the time I was still like really new, and I tried to like do like a zoom shot between two buildings, crashed into like the fourth story of the building. Drone came flying down, snapped one of the arms off. But the beautiful part about it is that back then DJI Care was top tier, so all you had to do was just like pay like a little like $40 refurbish fee, send in your broken drone, and they would send you back basically a brand new drone. DJI is like top tier, man. Like their DJI Care, all that stuff was like really, really good. But again, I don't know what it's gonna be now with all the changes, all the legalities and stuff. So, but yeah, definitely glad that I was able to do the unboxing with the Y2K crew. Glad I was able to share this with you guys. Um, One of the things that I'm going to be doing too during the second half of this year is I really want to take this room and convert it into more of an official YouTube studio, so that I can do some of these like unboxings officially, like properly, which means I need to get an overhead cam for my desk. I'm going to need to change some things up, shake some things up, make more space in here. Some changes coming, some changes coming. So stay tuned, but that does it for me. I'm going to go ahead and get this day started. Hopefully you all have a great Sunday, and I will catch you in the next video. It is the Y2K Collector.